Hello, my name is Diane Trout, and I chose the kindergarten through 12th grade Horizon Report. The first topic I'm going to talk about is cloud computing. What cloud computing is an expendable on-demand tools and services. These tools and services support collaboration and are projected to be in the classrooms in 1 year or less. Cloud computing allows students to share documents and work collaboratively across school systems or across the world. This is also very beneficial to teachers as well because they can edit a document and then share it with the rest of the teachers at the school. It would be great if all teachers would use this and if students would start using this as well. So cloud computing is a very beneficial resource in the classroom. The next one is mobile learning. Mobile learning is optimized learning for mobile devices. Mobile devices such as cell phones, iPads, tablets, and computers. They also have many mobile apps nowadays on Windows devices or on iPad devices. I know in Athens City Schools, the teachers are undergoing training for use in iPads because next year all of K through 6th grade will be getting iPads. So these mobile apps will be very present in the classroom in Athens City Schools next year. And I am very excited about that because I know my children will enjoy it, and I know all the other children will as well. And this brings me to the time to adaptation, 1 year or less. This will begin in August. I've already seen in some classes that I have substituted in, everybody in the classroom having an iPad, however, they're not being allowed to bring them home yet. Next year, they will be able to bring them home. Mobile learning helps students discover content and develop presentations or blogs that can be shared not only with students in their own class, in their own school, but perhaps around the world. I think it would be excellent for students to blog and share with people in the community. That way maybe people in the community would get a better sense of what students are thinking about, what improvements students think the community can make. I think that would be a wonderful tool to use with mobile learning. The next topic is learning analytics. This tracks users' behaviors and makes predictions about spending habits. On Amazon, on Facebook, on the internet, it tracks what you like, what websites you look at, and as we saw in Minority Report, it gives you those advertisements specifically tailored to you. We're not as far as Minority Report yet, but we're getting there. I read that Amazon is actually going to start predicting based on what shows you have already ordered. If you have ordered season 1 and 2 of Game of Thrones and it thinks that you would want season 3 of Game of Thrones, when season 3 comes out, it'll ship it to you before you even order it and just bill it to you. And that completely takes you out of the ordering process, and all you have to do is pay for it, and it is there the day that you want it. The Horizon Report says 2 to 3 years on learning analytics, but I think it's going to be closer than that. In education, this helps administration target areas for improvement, allocate resources, and assess effectiveness of programs. This will help them develop a better educational program and see what works and what doesn't work in the school. Open content is the fourth topic. What open content is the sharing of information and pedagogies. Learning how to find, evaluate, interpret, and repurpose resources. This is predicted to be used in 2 to 3 years and also includes open textbooks. The Horizon Report suggested that Apple U enables its educators to build courses online using over 500,000 free resources. These resources help educators build a fantastic online course with minimal expenditures. So, open content, I believe in 2 or 3 years, it'll be here before 2 or 3 years. The next one is 3D printing. What 3D printing is it builds a tangible model from an electronic file. This will be available to students in 4 to 5 years. And in schools, this can be used to demonstrate physics concepts. In history, fossils and artifacts can be developed, and children can actually hold fossils. They can hold artifacts and see what happened in the past and be able to physically get that connection with that item. And in chemistry, the Horizon Report suggested that students can print out complex proteins and molecules. I believe this is about 4 to 5 years in adaptation, so it'll be a little while because these 3D printing machines are expensive. And the last one the Horizon Report discussed was virtual and remote laboratories. And I think this is one of my favorite ones that it discussed because it gives students more accessibility to the elements of a science lab, because not all schools may have the ability to have a very expensive laboratory at their school, and some of the lower income areas will benefit from virtual. Well, all areas will be able to benefit, but I think in particular low income areas will benefit a lot from these virtual and remote laboratories. These virtual and remote laboratories give students the ability to manipulate the equipment from their computer. This is pretty neat because you can have 3 or 4 students online together working with equipment, helping each other, collaborating, and they can be in different parts of the country working on a science project. The time to adaptation is 4 to 5 years, although I've already seen a few specs of this on the internet, virtual laboratories, but I think the very in detail being able to work with someone in another school, in another class, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, will take about 4 to 5 years. Plus, the students need to learn how to use this ability. The best way to use this in education is to use this to be able to repeat experiments with minimal funding. Students will be able to repeat the experiments over and over and over, and they can also use different variables to see the different results they will get without having to clean up. They will be able to just use the internet. And I think this is a fantastic tool. I'm really excited about this, and it doesn't fully replace hands-on, but if your school is having a hard time with funding to be able to get products in school, not all schools have AmSty, so this will be a wonderful way to get students interested in science. All in all, I found the Horizon Report pretty interesting. Like I said, the virtual and remote laboratories was one of my favorites, and the mobile learning I think is starting to be really present, like I said, with iPads and the apps. The 3D printing is going to be a ways off, I think, but these tools will really benefit students, and I hope to be using these in my classroom when I begin teaching. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching this. This is Diane Trout.